guys, and welcome back to another Throwback Thursday video, and this one was inspired by my sister talking about how the kid that she is currently nannying just got a sandbox, and all of the horror stories have literally already happened with said sandbox, even though it's been like a week. So I was like, oh my god, I used to have a sandbox. I forgot all about that sandbox, actually, until she mentioned that, and I was like, dude, in hindsight, I think I actually had a kind of good one. But, for all the 80s, 90s kids represent, I had that Fisher-Price one to, like, not the turtle one. No, no, no. We're talking about the big four-seater one, the square one that was, like, the blue base with the 4 seats on the corners, and, like, it had the doors that would, like, swing open like barn doors, like, one side was red, one side was yellow. That one! Yeah, I had that one. My grandparents got it for me one year for, don't remember if it was birthday, Christmas. They're only 2 weeks apart, so it could be either, but it doesn't really matter. And filled it up with a bunch of sand, and I remember the day it went in, even though I was probably like 3 or 4 at best. I didn't really know what to make of it. Not knowing I was on the autism spectrum yet, I had a lot of textural issues with the sand, and my parents could not comprehend the whys of this, but figured out very quickly that if I got the sand wet, so it was malleable, oh, then I freaking loved it. It was like my favorite dang thing. So initially, I just had the sandbox, and a bucket, and a shovel, and that was about the extent of it. Obviously, that quickly grew to, like, the little rake thingy you could, like, make designs with, and, like, some molds to do, like, sand castles with and stuff, and pretty basic, ultimately, but I mean, I was little. I still had fun with them. Could not comprehend for the life of me why I couldn't make the sandcastle stay together if it was dry versus wet, but that's not the story for another day. I was not the smartest bulb in the box, still not, but, yeah, that. So, definitely remember getting all up in there, it being pretty much covering me head to toe, because I would see these things in, like, shows or movies where the kid would be at the beach and get, like, buried up to their neck in sand, so what did I want to try to do? Cover myself as much as humanly possible in this sandbox. Except in the process of getting out, it would just go fucking everywhere. Next thing we know, we had to buy, like, all new sand for it because I had just knocked it every damn where that was not the sandbox. It became problematic so quickly because I would also track it through the house when I'd come back inside, because it'd be all in my clothes, and my shoes, and frickin' diaper, underwear, whatever the hell I was wearing as a toddler. Probably wasn't big girl panties yet, so whatever the hell that would have been, I don't know. I just remember it got every freaking where. Bad places sand does not belong. It eventually got to where I had to be hosed down in the yard before I was allowed back in the house after playing in the sandbox, and even then it would still be all up in my hair, and yeah, not a fan of that sensation one bit. Boo-boo. And then they made the mistake of giving me the sand molds that looked like an ice cream shop set. In theory, it's a cute theory. For a child with more than 2 brain cells to rub together, it's a very cute toy. I am dumber than dirt, so I would take the ice cream cone part of it, pack it with the sand, put it in the holder, take the swoopy swirl part of it for the topper that's supposed to be the ice cream, pack that, stick it on top of the thing. Cool, I have a sand sculpture ice cream, and now I'm gonna bite it. Gee, I don't know why I've always had problems with my teeth. But, oh god, not only that, but, like, would actually legit chew it. And I am quite certain that is where my texture issues with, like, big granulated sugar come from, why, like, the old school Peeps I just could not with because it felt like chewing freaking sand. That's why I'm very glad that they're using the smaller milled sugar these days, but, like, oh my god, like, my stupid ass little self would chew it. I probably swallowed some of it. I can almost guarantee I actually legit ate it, which is really, really, really bad. Like, I knew it tasted terrible, and I know that I started spitting it out after a while, but I think my stupid little self actually did legit swallow some. Because I am just that SMRT. It gets worse! It gets worse! So, on top of being dumb enough to literally eat sand, then I got a little sifter, because with a plum tree right over the sandbox, and my not being smart enough to remember to always close the sandbox when I was done with it, obviously stuff would drop in it, so figuring, oh, here's a way to keep her busy and keep it clean, give her a sifter, she can sift through it and get the junk out of it. So I'm like, I'm panning for gold! Yes, as a toddler I knew about that, it was still doing it, except in doing this, every time without fail. How I didn't destroy my corneas is beyond me, but like, dude, every time. This isn't rocket science. You're supposed to shake it back and forth, not violently, like, get it all up in your face. But I am not smart. And it still gets worse. Because eventually, my dad told me that we don't just close the sandbox to keep the plums and the leaves out. No, no, no. There's feral cats all around. You know what cats do with sandboxes? They use them as a litter box. You leave that open, you're gonna get cat poop in the litter box. You see where this is going. I know you know where this is going. Being as I was Little Miss, I like to act like a cat in any way, shape, or form that I can think of. Yup. Yup. Decided I'm gonna play Kiwi and Claus now after my cats, because I've seen what they do in their litter box. It was shortly after this that the sandbox was taken away. Like, with good reason. With good reason. I do not blame my parents one bit. Like, I say they made the right choice in getting that far the hell away from me as of that point, because apparently this was not a good fit for me. They took that sandbox out, and they put my sister's playhouse in, and that was that. And yeah, good freaking call, because, oh boy. So they, like, emptied it out and just, like, stuck it on its side somewhere to basically bake in the sun for a gazillion years, but my genius self a few years down the line, I wonder if I, like, could fill it with water and use it as a kiddie pool. Never mind, it would only be about this deep, but let's waste a frick ton of water in California, in a drought, filling the sandbox with water! I was probably all of 7 when I did that one. That was during the first drought of my lifetime that I was aware of, but got in a lot of trouble for that one. Gee, I don't know why. And yet they still kept the thing around. And they eventually put it out in the pasture and refilled it for my younger siblings when I was long beyond the age to be playing with sandboxes, figuring it's finally safe to retry this again with other children that are hopefully smarter than I am, who don't deserve a Darwin Award like I do. Try it again with them. They had, like, no interest in the damn thing, so womp womp, but I've got to be the only child on the planet who is too stupid to be able to handle a sandbox. And then years later, my grandparents did, in fact, get the little turtle one in their yard. For the grandkids, the younger ones anyway. And I was like, dang, this thing's tiny. Yeah, you're in like 7th grade. You don't belong in it. Leave it alone. And sure enough, they did not remember to close the lid, and it was like within a week, every cat in the area had in fact used that as a litter box, and that was the end of that one too. And yeah. Here I'd thought for years it was just my dad telling me urban legends. No. Sandboxes are actually disgusting. You don't actually want one. Pretty sure. Oh god. So hearing that the kid that my sister nannies, like day one, pooped in the sandbox, I was like, at least I'm not the only kid on the planet that did this. But frick, I'm sorry you had to deal with that. I'm sorry my parents had to deal with that when it was me doing it, but and apparently my brain had like blocked out almost everything to do with that damn sandbox until she came home telling me about this, so I was like, time to go roast myself on the internet! Did any of you guys have a sandbox growing up? Did any of you guys do stupid shit with yours? Because if so, tell me what you do with it, because maybe it'll make me feel slightly better about what I did with mine when I was the little kid in it. So, anyways, I think that about wraps this one up. So, anywho. The irony, when it was sand at the park, oh, I could handle that just fine and not abuse it, but when it was the one at home, could not handle it. But yeah, so anyway, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description, and I promise I won't spend it on a sandbox. So, anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.